After 30 years in practice, a year of trying every imaginable forward head posture exercise, trialing new exercises and doing them daily, these are the 3 exercises I found to be the most effective at improving forward head posture. I always start off with towel rolls. I've tried with and without this exercise, but I always find that if I do the towel roll exercise first, I get so much more out of all the other exercises. Within a minute of lying down on the towel, you can feel the position of your spine change. And I've recently added a traction component that feels great. Roll up a folded over towel on a slight angle to create a fist-sized towel roll that's the length of your mid-back and tapered at both ends. Then lay over it with your legs bent and your hands behind your head. Start off by tractioning your neck, by drawing the back of your head up along the mat with your hands while keeping your chin tucked in. You should feel this stretching the joints just below the neck. Do this several times slowly, holding the traction at the longest point for a few seconds each time. Then lower your head as far as you can while still being able to look straight up, and just relax in this position for 1 to 2 minutes. You might need to put a folded towel underneath your head to support it at first, and then reduce it over time. If the towel's rolled up too big or too tightly, it'll feel really uncomfortable. If it's rolled up too loosely or too small, you won't feel anything at all. But if it's just right, it'll feel a bit challenging putting your head back down while looking straight up. But then you'll be surprised after a minute how much more comfortable it is as the spinal joints loosen up. This will free up the upper back joints that get stuck in that forward head position. A lot of poor neck posture starts at this level. When we spend time with our head slumped forward, the fascia, spinal muscles and joint capsules tend to shorten and adapt into this position, and we need something to stretch and open them again. And I found that chin tucks, but with thoracic extension, is the most effective at doing this, specifically Sphinx retractions. In the Sphinx or the mini cobra position with your hands well apart and your chin tucked in, allow your head to relax forward slightly and then draw it straight back, hold for a few seconds and then repeat that 10 to 15 times slowly. Just make sure that your chin isn't up too far or forced right down. Just keep it in a neutral position and draw it straight back. If it's a bit challenging, just lower your thoracic angle a little bit so that you're not so arched back. This will not only stretch all that contracted soft tissue at the base of your neck, it'll mobilize the spinal joints and strengthen the deep neck flexors that hold the neck back into good posture. If you find it a bit hard in the Sphinx position, you can start off in the tabletop position instead, with your spine straight or chest slightly protruded, and then just do them against gravity instead. And then you can work towards the Sphinx position over time. If your shoulder blades are angled too far forward, you end up with rounded shoulders, which promotes bad neck posture. So next I strengthen the 2 muscles that hold the shoulder blades in a straighter position. I find that a combination shoulder exercise is the most effective here. To set up, stand 20 centimeters from a wall, put your pelvis and back up against the wall, stick your arms out straight with thumbs up. Touch your head against the wall with your chin down if you can comfortably. Then with elbows straight, raise your arms slowly up, but try to keep your shoulders down. Actively keep your shoulders down. Then when you reach the top, run your thumbs down the wall, keeping your hands and elbows back as far as you can comfortably. When you go down as far as you can, just return the other way, remembering not to lift your shoulders, and then return the other way. Repeat the process 10 times slowly, but just make sure you've got a little bit of tension in your abdominal muscles so that you don't end up arching your mid-back too much. And if you struggle to keep your hands and elbows back up against the wall, or it hurts your shoulders to do that, just hold them back as far as you can comfortably so that you can manage 10 reps. These 3 exercises will improve most people's neck hump significantly, but some people will not improve unless they stretch their pec minor or their SCM muscle So make sure that you do these next two tests on yourself. To test whether your pecs are dragging your shoulders forward, put one hand up against a wall at head level next to you. Put the opposite leg forward with knee bent and lean forward to stretch the pecs. If it stretches a lot, hold that stretch for 30 seconds. Do it both sides once a day until it feels easy. To test whether your SEM is dragging your head forward, lean up against a wall again with your head touching the wall and chin down, and then lean to the side. If it feels like it's stretching at the top of the side of your neck, you've got a tight SEM. So you should lean from one side to the other slowly with your head touching the wall and your chin in the middle 10 times once a day until it feels like it's not so tight. It helps to keep your finger on your chin to keep it in the middle. Now, none of these exercises are going to be effective unless we avoid the positions that cause forward head posture in the first place. So check out my video on the 4 main causes of neck hump. And I'm about to release a video on a really effective system of improving your posture while lying in bed using a towel and gravity. So keep an eye out for that. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please consider liking, commenting and subscribing because it always helps. Okay, cheers.